Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at Cardano. It's doing very, very well. Excited to see this here. Doing pretty close to what we were expecting. I thought it was going to jump up and retest this 618 level and continue higher. Instead, it kind of retest this 0.786 level and continued higher. So it's awesome stuff nonetheless. Congrats to our community members for some awesome profit here. 60% in roughly two and a half trading days, maybe 3 days if you round up. We basically filled all 3 entry targets with that massive Bitcoin dip, and we rode it right back on up. Again, keep in mind, we only survived this trade because we used low leverage. 6x leverage kept us in the game. We didn't get liquidated. Nothing of concern there. Fantastic results. So again, thanks for holding true and holding strong as a community. In that time of dire need. Yes, we hit 1 stop loss, but that's our only stop loss this month. And we've hit about, I don't know, about 25, 30 profit targets. It's been a really good month. So again, be sure to check that out if you'd like. CryptoCash.tech is a site. I have a trading academy, communities, and signal group. So what do we want to talk about here is the backend data. Let's go backend data first, okay? Let's refresh this here, make sure we got the right information, and just talk a little bit about this here. Because again, when we talked yesterday, we were talking about there's not a lot of liquidation levels below the price action, mostly above. All the more reason for the whales to sweep that level. What do you know? Price comes up here, wrecks anybody between 61 to 63 cents. There's a heavy concentration at about 64, and I bet they're sweating in their boots right now. So again, be careful shorting this market. Basically the bottom line. I don't care if the coin is heading down. Like Solana's coming down. It's been coming down for 2 or 3 days. We've been expecting it and haven't touched it at all. I'm not even going to bother with a short because the way the market is right now, as soon as Bitcoin stabilizes, we get through this Fed meeting today, there's a solid chance if there's neutral to bullish news, most coins are going to go up. Again, just kind of that whole Bitcoin dominance, altcoin dominance scenario there that I like to talk about in my Bitcoin videos. So be sure to check that out if you don't already. You should be understanding what Bitcoin does on a daily because that's a big, big deal. But the truth here is that 64 to 65 cents is a pretty heavy concentration of liquidation. Cardano could very well sweep that level there. So just be careful if you have a short open right now. That's all I'm asking. So daily time frame, let's go ahead and double check this here. Nothing has much really changed. Okay. Still fairly bullish. We looked at it yesterday, and it was even though we were still descending, if you will, we broke through that descending trend. So regardless of the fact that the oscillators are telling us the price action is kind of pulling back, we're still fairly bullish on all indicators. We do have, of course, stochastic swinging down, but that's common on the daily to be doing that after such a large uptrend, because again, the daily time frame is a pretty massive lag. So if we take a look at the moving averages above all four rather, and we're in good shape there. Same scenario here as well with the daily. Now, yesterday when we talked, price action was kind of in this range here, testing the 20-day SMA. Now that we're back up above it, it doesn't mean we're just full-on bullish and you go along with no matter what, balls to the wall. It just tells us that we're above confirmation there. We have good confirming factors that we're on the right side of the tracks again. Okay. Again, closing above this level at 57 cents was extremely important. There's that as well. And then furthermore, too, we got our MACD convergence here starting. Effectively just converged in about 4 hours ago or less. Now that's a very, very positive sign. That is a good contributing factor for a swing trade position. I don't love taking swing trades right when we're testing our most recent highs. I would love to see a close above that. In fact, 62.5 is a rough estimate. Round number 63 is an obvious resistance level. You can see we couldn't pass it there, and we haven't passed it here. Okay? A lot of times what happens, and this isn't the cleanest, but you can see a lot of times where the price action will retest it if it pulls back. So the price does pull back down to 0.618. That would be a perfect place to enter in. So I'm going to adjust my my alert there to that little level there. See if we get an opportunity to kind of catch it at a lower price. It may not happen. We'll miss the opportunity. That's fine. We've already got, 60% profit in our first target. We've got 4 more targets to go. Not a problem at all. I'm okay with missing this trade, okay? Again, either way, just heads up for you. That's generally the concept there. All right, what I want to look at next would be the RSIs. RSI is above 50, below 70. Perfect sweet spot there. Stochastic swinging up quite strong because of the most recent candle. We can also see money flow index is increasing as well. So that's a positive contributing factor. So those are great signs. The fact that Cardano has sustained itself above 50 in the RSI this entire time is a testament to how well it's doing. Okay, that to me is very, very positive. That does imply that we're more likely to break up than down at this point. But again, a pullback would make a lot more sense in the immediate future before we leg up again. Also note, Bitcoin is retesting 42,000. It's trying to break this most recent high here. And if it does, we could very well see further continuation once we break through that cloud. So again, we're going to keep an eye on that. I again talked about that earlier today, but for lack of better terms here, the market is decent leading into the Fed meeting. and we have roughly about what, an hour or so, hour and a half before the Fed meeting starts. So just be mindful, things get a little funky at that point. All right, so I try not to trade into it. So I did send a message last night to my community, just so you know, if you're watching this video, didn't catch that. We do like to wait until after the Fed meeting to take trades. So I'm not jumping into any trades right now, even though we took some nice profit from Cardano. That was an automated trade sent a couple days ago. All right, so generally speaking, that's where we're at. Let's look at the hourly and wrap this up here for you. Thanks again so much for watching. Also, before we continue, please hit the like button. Greatly appreciate that. It really helps grow the channel. And then also to make sure you check out the best exchange in the world. Again, my personal opinion, but all of my community members haven't said anything negative about it yet, and they all speak highly of it so far. Okay, again, significant rewards if you use my link to register. No VPN, no KYC. It's an awesome exchange. Specifically as an alternative to VPN requirements with BingX, for example, and future KYC requirements with other exchanges too. It's just, it's inevitable at this point, right? So let's make sure to safeguard ourselves and have a good little opportunity there. All right, anyways, last thing here, Ichimoku Cloud. We've been maintaining above it quite some time. In fact, we dipped down a little bit last night, but at this point, we're looking pretty solid. Conversion lines above the baseline, lagging spans free and clear, and there's no reason to consider anything other than a long position right now. Okay, do not short this coin at this point. That said, all well and good. I think Cardano looks like it's ready to continue further up. It would make sense though, keep in mind, for the price action to pull back a little bit further to 0.618 before the next leg up. If it doesn't, all well and good. If you want to get in now and maybe DCA on the way down with a long position, that could be a potential option. Again, we're not confirming anything. I would wait until after the Fed meeting occurs. But you got to keep in mind too, if we have good news on the Fed, then the price will probably continue higher because Bitcoin is looking like it wants to recover. Okay, all good things though, mostly good here. The only thing that would be terrible is if we had high inflation or just some terrible news with the Fed, and the price of Bitcoin comes down. Most alts will probably do the same thing as well. Just some things to be mindful of. All right, I'll go ahead and post my playout chart on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Be sure to check that out. Thanks again for the awesome members. In just 2 or 3 months, we've got 644 followers. That's fantastic. Deeply appreciate you jumping on over there as well. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.